Hey guys, it's John here again, and I'm here for my first proper video as promised. And it's going to be about one thing and one thing only, and that is getting that inspiration to travel the world. You really, really need to find inspiration if you want to be this side of the world. I mean, are you that guy or girl who thinks, oh, I'd love to go and travel the world, but then come February, you'll see some like ice lolly deal for a week in Ibiza and then go and get drunk and sit by a pool for a week? I mean, let me tell you one thing, that's not traveling. But don't get me wrong, we've all been there. I feel you guys, I was exactly the same. I always had in the back of my mind that I'd love to travel the world, I'd love to travel far and wide and see places, and then I'd see a good deal and get off to Gran Canaria for a week. But not anymore, not anymore, not anymore. You might have seen in one of my blog posts, if you've been keeping up with my blog, that I was quite lucky that one night I was out with one of my best friends in a club, and he mentioned he was going over to Thailand for a month and invited me to join for a week. And I was like, yeah, of course I'll come, of course I'll come. And it didn't actually quite sink in until the next morning when he was like, Jordan, you agreed to come to Thailand last night. Are you serious or were you just joking? But a man of my word, I booked the flights, and it was probably the most biggest life changing decision I've ever made in my life. I mean, the beauty of the places out here, the friendliness of the people, the different way of life. I mean, you can buy food off the street for like 50p. You know, there's endless transport opportunities, so you can basically get anywhere you want to go. There really is no better feeling than being a free spirit and knowing you have no commitments whatsoever until you get back home. You're not stuck in the same resort for a week. You know, say you book a holiday to, say, Ibiza, you book the same hotel, the atmosphere might be shit. You just get drunk for a week, don't really do much, do the same as what you can do at home with the sun. Well, the sun's always shining here, right? So, what's stopping you? Why are you not here? Okay, let's go through it. So, maybe one reason, people may look at the flights and think they're quite expensive. I mean, I think I paid about £400 round trip, but when you're here, you save an absolute fortune. I mean, my accommodation has averaged less than £10 a night for the whole time I've been here. I've been eating for like £2, £3 a day. You can find plenty of street food. I mean, just random local people on the street selling food, chicken, chips, you know, local Thai things, fruit, vegetables, everything for like 10p, 20p, 30p. So, like, eating and drinking doesn't cost a lot of money at all. Um, Getting around, taxis are quite cheap, tuk-tuks are quite cheap. You can even hire a scooter. You don't even need a driving license. You just turn up to a rental shop, hand over your passport, hand over £4. They'll give you a scooter for a day. I mean, it's just so hard to imagine, but the way of life out here is just so different. So, on the note of the cost of the flight, what I would say is just ignore the price of the flight as your reason for not coming, and recognize that you'll save the money that you would spend on the flight while you're here. So that's maybe reason number one. So let's move on to reason number two that I thought maybe another reason. It's too far, right? I mean, it's two 7-hour flights with a stopover in the Middle East somewhere. But let's face it, what's the worst that can happen? Something happens back home, you need to get back home. There's flights every single day out of Bangkok, there's flights every single day out of most airports in Southeast Asia, and you'll be back within 24 hours. Say something happened in Europe, 9, 10 o'clock at night, you're not getting a flight till at least the next afternoon. So it's gonna be a similar sort of time to get back, if you know what I'm saying. You're going to be between 12 to 24 hours and you're going to be home, so that doesn't make too much of a difference. So don't blame the distance. The distance is a good thing. You're on the opposite side of the world, experiencing something new. Just come out and do it. Now, one final point, which I think is probably the biggest one. You're just not brave enough. Just not brave enough. You might think, oh, but this might happen, that might happen. What I will say, challenge yourself. Come alone, come with people. It really doesn't matter. Even if you could travel, so I'm traveling solo for 2 months. Not one day of the 2 months have I spent on my own. I stay in hostels, which are like a million times better than hotels. They're nothing like the film that people keep telling me to watch, which I haven't seen. You know, there's lobby areas. You start speaking to people like you've known them for years, and you have drinks and you go out together, you know, and you make some truly good friends. I've had invitations all over the world already: Canada, Switzerland, Holland. You know, the people here are just so much different to the average person you might meet when you say go to Benidorm or Ibiza. So it all boils down to two things really. You can sit at home thinking maybe, "Oh, I'll do it one day. I'll go travel the world one day, but not just yet." Or you can get on Skyscanner, look at some flights, book some time off work, come do a few days. Sorry, come do a week or two, see what it's like. If you love it, you might make it a great thing. You might take months and months off, go travel loads of places. There's so many countries. There's Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, you know, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. The opportunities are endless, but you're only ever going to know if you try it once, right? And trust me, all I want to do now is see the whole beautiful world. I'm in Malaysia at the moment, and I'm here for another month and a half, and all I'm thinking about is what I'm going to do when I get back, to plan to get to South America, to go and see the other side of the world. And it really does change your mindset. Not even just in terms of what you see, but it also changes you as a person. You start to appreciate people more. You become more tolerant. You understand that, you know, people do live differently. We live by different rules, by different cultures, by different religions, and I really feel it's like making me a better person also. And also, I was saying before, like, you think of these countries as run down, like Malaysia to me before I came sounded like run down. I've just been out to the mall and it was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. It was absolutely stunning. All the shops were beautiful and grand and probably like 10 times nicer than like Manchester Arndale, for example. So yeah, so don't worry too much about that. That's about it from me on my inspirational video. I won't bore you too much. I would just love as many of my friends as possible to at least try it once, and even if this video makes one person become a traveller, then my mission is accomplished. You will not regret it, and you can thank me later. Just have faith in me. That's all, guys.